the Kennydoit and D podcast show.
Welcome to the podcast.
July was the week before.
What?
Yeah, it was. Wrong week.
It's the heat getting to me, bro. I swear to God.
Welcome to the podcast.
Speaking of which,
Come on with your bad self.
speaking of,
Get the fuck up with that, bro. I can't swim.
All right. This is an extra episode with me and Kenny. So we got into it a little earlier with about the Miles Garrett and Mason Rudolf situation that happened in the game last week. What is your thoughts?
Well, you were saying that something about him, Mason Rudolph or Jason Rudolph, whatever the fuck his name.
No, I'm just saying Miles Garrett essentially made a statement after 6 days and saying, well, he called me a nigger on the football field.
He could have.
Okay, so here's my take on that. Mason Rudolph is a white guy, right? He's surrounded by 80% black people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why would this guy trust that nobody would hear him make these terms to this guy? I would think there would have been a riot in there. They'd have beat the hell out that guy. That's my thinking.
That's your thing.
That's how I look at it, because somebody would be stupid and foolish to sit there and walk in to an all-black restaurant, right, and say, "Hey, niggas," right, white guy, Japanese guy, whoever,
Mm-hmm.
right? They'd be stupid. They know they get their ass kicked.
Well, I know when I watched the film. When I watched that film, I see, what his first name is? Rudolph?
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph was trying to take his helmet off.
Mm-hmm. So they were getting into an altercation.
Yeah, he was trying to take his helmet
Right.
off first. But all of a sudden, Miles Garrett stopped, and then something had to be said, because then Miles Garrett went back and reached for his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the video. He reached for his helmet, and then he said, "Oh, you want to play like this?" So he took it off, and then his fucking teammates came and subdued, Miles Garrett.
Okay.
So it could have been said then before he reached that helmet off.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might have.
My, as I said, and we discussed this earlier. So unless he whispered this terminology to him, right, it should have been heard by other people.
Everybody ain't mic'd up, bro.
It's not the point of being mic'd up. It's the point of words. When you talk, in any case, right, you're on a field. Words, there's nothing to stop those words from going somewhere.
But
They flow.
Dimitri, they ain't gonna flow that far.
They flow
when they on the football
They still,
field.
yes, they do. They do. It's so if I talk to you next to a wall,
Yeah.
right, the words bounce back to me,
But ain't no
right?
damn wall.
But if I listen to what I'm saying, but if I'm on a football field, right,
Listen to this one. Yeah.
right, when you're on a football field, and you're that's why when a football player is playing, they say, hut one, hut two. People can hear them all the way at the top because there's nothing to stop that sound from moving. That's how sound works, right? When somebody shoots a gun, the sound moves, right? It starts here and goes there.
Dimitri,
That's how sound works.
how many
Kenny.
years I played football?
Oh, bunches of years.
Yeah, and
I played football.
let me
too.
tell you something. At the bottom of that pile, they
Mhm.
talk about your mama. They talk about your kids. They talk about raping some fucking body in your family. They say so much shit at the bottom of it. Them people can't hear that shit in the stage. Thing.
Kenny,
They can't hear that.
Kenny, we're not talking about the bottom of any doggone
But
thing.
Dimitri,
He
it's
was-
still
he-
down there, bro.
The words still move.
So
you
how come
still
you-
have people in the area.
But Dimitri, let's look at the video right now again, and I'm gonna show you. It was just him and Rudolph. Just him, Garrett and Rudolph at the point,
and
and,
as I
then
point.
the
So-
teammates came
So
after they seen
and
him
I'm
on
going to
top.
continue to say this. So unless he whispered, "Hey nigga,"
He didn't say that,
right?
He ain't,
Hey nigga.
Nah, we can tell you
Right?
something. 'cause-
So when you're angry, you shout. Right?
no,
Yes.
Not him.
Yes.
Want me to tell you something? 'Cause he was shocked because fucking Garrett hit his ass on that sack. He was fucking shocked.
Isn't that part of the job?
Yeah, but if you constantly doing, he threw 4 fucking interceptions, bro, in the game.
It's still part of the job.
But look,
right?
he is frustrated, dude.
Right?
If somebody constantly on your ass.
There's been quarterbacks that's thrown 5 interceptions in one game.
But this one here, if you constantly being put on your ass, as Cleveland Browns were putting it on his ass, and he got frustrated at that last one because he threw the fucking interception when they needed it the most.
Over here.
They needed it the most. They needed that shit the most, and he threw all them fucking interceptions, and he frustrated with himself and the person that sacked him.
All I'm saying is, unless it was said in a whisper, somebody else should have heard it.
But if that was the case, then everybody hear everything that's going on that field. They don't hear everything, Demetrius. Everybody ain't mic'd up.
It doesn't matter being mic'd up, Kenny. People still, when you say something, sound travels. That's what sound does.
But then, all right. So when you next to a person, and all of a sudden you say something, they go, "What you say?" You right there. So if that was the case, if sound traveled like that, they would heard it.
Well, if you're not paying attention, right?
Even if you're paying attention, sometimes the person ain't much. He's just saying.
All I'm saying is in a general sense, right? Is when you talk, right? Right? It's just like when you're walking down the hall, right? And you hear your name mentioned, right? Here's that big nose guy, Demetrius, walking down the hall, right? Right? You hear those things.
Well, no.
Yes, I do.
Not all. You hear people calling you big nose. You hear that?
I heard that. Yeah, when I was growing up, yeah.
Well, you got some big ass ears, you can hear.
Yeah, right.
You can hear a lot.
So I mean, it's been a point of contention, right? I do have big ears, but I don't think that helps sound.
No, it helps sound travel into that hole in the side of your head.
No, but the whole thing with sound is that it moves and it travels, and that when somebody says something, like I said, unless it was a whisper, then somebody else should have came around and I would think beat the hell out this guy for saying such a derogatory word for these guys these days, even though they can say it to each other.
I honestly think if he did say it, I think Pouncey, his own teammate, would have beat the piss out of him.
As I said.
But like I said, neither one of them was around it at the time because they were too busy blocking somebody else. They were blocking, and then when they turn around, they see Myles Garrett on it.
As I said. This is just my opinion, and of course this is your opinion. That's when we're talking about this. I believe that this is a case of where this guy has because he got subject to this expulsion for the rest of the season, right? That he's pulling out the last known card that he has, right, in his back pocket is the race card. So that because the first 6 days, that didn't happen. But he did not say something like that. He apologized. He said that my anger got the best of me. This. But then once he found out that the suspension was upheld, suddenly it became.
No, he said that before they
I did not read. I've been reading it every single time. I did not.
He said it first, and then they still upheld it.
No, well, he said it after 6 days. After 6 days. My point is, and we talked about this other. This is just like when they had the riots in L.A. and this guy Reginald Denny, was a truck driver, just so happened to be going down I think Slauson Boulevard, right, in the midst of the riots, and the guy threw rocks, pulled this guy out, beat this guy within an inch of his life, right? And then they asked him why they did it. They said, "Oh, he called us niggas." It's in the middle of a black area. Right? This guy had a death wish.
So what would you do if they did find out sound and he said that? What would you
I was just say I made a mistake.
Well, I think
people do make mistakes. People make mistakes, but I'm just saying I don't think that's the case when these guys. That's all they play. This 80% of the league is black. Why would somebody even do something? You're essentially destroying your career. You're destroying your career. Now, if you say stuff like that, who would want to play with you? I don't give a damn how good he is.
Man, bro, they got, you know.
How good he is.
Yeah,
Kenny.
I know what you're saying, but I don't know if he
Who
said it
wanna
or
play
not.
that?
I know that being at the bottom of that pile a lot, you hear a lot of shit.
Yeah,
bro.
but by black
Because if
guys,
that was it, no, nah, you play with white people too. But let me tell you this:
not pros, Kenny.
What?
Not pros.
football is football.
Not pros, Kenny.
But football is football.
Not pros, Kenny.
Football is football.
These
bro.
guys, this is their job now. This is their job.
Yeah.
So, as I'm going to keep on telling you, why would somebody want to work with somebody? You remember they had that Ricky Incognito, whatever his name was, right?
Yeah.
And he's supposedly, he didn't say bad word, but he supposedly pushed this black guy to do something, right? He didn't say anything bad to him, but he was like, I think he was hazing him, right?
Hazing him.
Yeah, I think it was hazing him.
Over there in
He's
Miami.
still, that guy's still playing. Ricky Incognito.
Man, did you read, see the documentary they had on that dude? He even admitted him being himself a racist. He went to therapy for it.
A racist?
Yeah, you ain't see the
No,
documentary?
I'll look at
he
the
was
documentary.
He was on all these pain pills, all this fucking drugs and shit, and he admitted to doing that shit. He admitted to it, and that's why he sat out.
The only thing I knew about this thing was he was hazing the black.
Yeah,
man.
but Gruden.
I didn't hear anything about him calling anybody nigga. I didn't hear anything about any of that stuff. It was the hazing incident, right? That the guy was pissed off about that nobody was helping him because he got tired of being hazed. Not because he was called
I think
any
he's
bad number.
in pros. That's like sounding like college shit.
Yeah, weird. I mean, people do stuff to bring in a rookie, right? They do different things.
But
But
Cognito had retired because he was going through all this mental shit.
right,
Gruden talked him into coming back.
right.
But they had a documentary. on
I'll
that.
look at the documentary,
Yeah.
but like I said, I read extensively on that, and I don't recall this black guy. He never said anything about racism. He never said anything about being called any type of name. All he said was they were hazed, and he got tired of being hazed.
Well, I know that sport, bro, and I think all that comes with that sport. You talk about the motherfucking mama just to get the nigga to jump offside.
Well, they mama.
They talk about your
You eat
dog,
fried
and
chicken, I
all
don't know
that
what
shit.
that-
They say all kind of crazy shit, bro.
Well,
They'll
see.
bite you, they punch you in the nuts,
Yeah.
all that shit.
Well,
Nobody see all that.
All fair and love more. They
Yeah,
say,
but
right?
that's part of the game to me.
Yeah.
But you know, and all
But
I
I just don't see that when you have an 80% lead, lead that's black, that you're going to essentially destroy your career. Why would any black linebacker, anybody help this guy be a football player anymore when he talks like
Well,
that?
what I got out of that whole thing is how Rudolph gonna call him a bully because he got his helmet off when he was trying to take the dude's helmet off first.
You know, it always somebody always get caught after
Yeah,
the fact,
after the fact.
right?
And he gonna call the dude a bully.
That's
He's defending himself.
yeah.
You want to try to reach and take somebody's shit off? Fuck all
No,
that.
I don't. But my point is that I think that this whole thing with the whole, I'm pulling the racism card, so I get another chance to play. I think that's just bad. You should take your damn punishment and just and live with it.
I watched that game with Barrett,
Mm-hmm.
and we was watching it, and when I seen that shit, I said, bro, he gone. That's it for the rest of it. He said, how you know? I said, bro, that nigga, if he would have hit him with the crown of the helmet, he'd have been fucking paralyzed.
Mhm.
The way he swung that shit. And that was like almost attempted murder when you swing a helmet like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, he a good player, but hey, I don't think nothing gonna save him. But I know this dude never, I read and know he ain't never caused a problem on that field. He was a good teammate. He always helping people in society. I said he had to tell him something. Cause for him to snap like
Yeah,
that.
I just don't believe that in that.
Cause I knew when I was playing with somebody.
Maybe he calls it chicken shit, but I don't believe he calls no nigga.
I don't think he called chicken shit ain't gonna get you to take nobody's helmet
I
off.
don't, like I said, as I said, it destroys his career. Why would he do that? Like I said, if he found out, if everybody found out about this, right, that this guy was a racist, incognito, right? This would destroy his career because nobody would want to be around.
What I can say about Incognito,
Incognito is incognito, meaning it's undercover.
Oh,
That's
I'm
what I was talking
about the player.
Not Richie Incognito.
Yeah, Richard Incognito.
Yeah.
As bad as he is, bro, that motherfucker can play, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care what that motherfucker is right. The dirtiest player, but he can play, bro.
Yeah.
You have to be
Yeah.
some kind
But as I said, this whole thing when this whole thing happened with the other player, with this rookie, right? It was only because of hazing. It didn't have anything to do with race.
Did you talk to your brothers them about this?
Always.
About this topic?
Yeah.
And what they said?
Shut up.
Thank y'all for listening to our debate on that topic with Miles Garrett and what's the other guy name? The quarterback?